What up, WeHo? This month, West Hollywood celebrates Halloween. So start putting your looks together now. And yes, I said looks, plural. Because let's be honest, gay Halloween lasts for 8 magical nights. Welcome to WeHoTV News. Trick or treat, West Hollywood. I'm Mike Siriaco, and I'm bringing you everything you need to know about WeHo, courtesy of the city of West Hollywood. If you spent the past month working on your Halloween costumes, you may miss out on some important news. Don't sweat it, because we're going to catch you up to speed with the WeHo Wind-Up. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock. The city of West Hollywood provided pizza and preparedness, while Jametta Rose provided some soothing sounds. American Horror Story scared us all the way back to 1984, and in Congress, gaslighter Corey Lewandowski trolled, while environmental hero Greta Thunberg schooled the room.
We are already seeing the consequences, unacceptable consequences of this today, and it will only get worse the longer we delay action unless we start to act now.
Now that Greta is done reading Congress to filth, let's read some news briefs. The city of West Hollywood invited community members to Pizza and Preparedness, which offers hints, tips, and planning checklists for emergencies. And free pizza, because not having pizza is an emergency. One of the plans? How to avoid the Noid.
I don't get it.
Because you were born in 1993, Tyler. The city of West Hollywood's Lesbian and Gay Advisory Board celebrated its 30th anniversary. Or let me put it in terms some of you WeHo queens may understand. It celebrated its 29th birthday again. The city of West Hollywood offered a free document and hard drive shredding event this month, which I guess is a little too late for you, Michael Cohen, isn't it? Celebration Theater presented a stage reading of Nathan Moheby's David and Jonathan. It's the best biblical adaptation since this update of David and Goliath. The West Hollywood Comprehensive Services Center's ongoing series, Seniors in Action, Community, Connection, and Conversation, provided a platform for participants to contribute their talents and experience to the West Hollywood community. Like this senior in action.
Prepare for battle!
Sir, yes, sir! Now let's deploy out of these news briefs. Did you hear? After 22 years, Pokemon's Ash Ketchum has finally won his first Pokemon League championship. Normally this is where I say something catty, but all I gotta say is, after 22 years, Ash has aged gracefully. He must be using the same moisturizer as Paul Rudd. Some of you queens should invest in that. Glow. The gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling returned to Netflix for its 3rd season, and it's queerer than ever, with the inclusion of Vegas drag chanteuse Bobby Barnes, played by Broadway's Kevin Cahoon, as well as the lesbian romance between Arthi Beirut Prem Kumar and Yolanda Junk Chain Rivas. But since the show is set in the 1980s, it also explores the less positive aspects of queer culture during the era, such as Rhonda Britannica Richardson's marriage to the closeted Bash Howard. The darker aspects of the series are sad, but also important for modern audiences. It helps us appreciate the struggles previous LGBT generations endured, so that our generation is able to enjoy our current LGBT liberties, like the lovely lesbian lovers of Glow. Now we go from the gorgeous ladies in the ring to our fierce female in the field. Take it away, Kylie Valdez.
September is Bisexual Visibility Month, and we're here at the West Hollywood Park Auditorium for the 2nd annual WeHo Bi-Pride Celebration. I'm Kylie Valdez, and this is WeHoTV News. The City of West Hollywood teams up with AMBI and the Human Rights Campaign to host the free event that featured a community festival, activities, and live performances. While other cities have acknowledged Bi Visibility Day, the WeHo Bi-Pride Celebration is believed to be the first city-sponsored bisexual pride event in the nation.
We celebrate you, we thank you for being exactly who you are, and we love you very much. Thanks for being the best part of our community.
there's definitely needs to be a lot more bi representation. You know, it's a pretty historically marginalized group, even within the LGBT plus community. So, yeah, you know, if we can build these events and like grow on what we've already established, that would be amazing.
For more information on events in WeHo, visit WeHo.org. For WeHoTV News, I'm Kylie Valdez.
Thanks, Kylie. WeHo loves you, just like we love Lucy. October 15th is I Love Lucy Day. This classic sitcom originally ran from 1951 to 1957, but it still lives on to this day through syndication and streaming services. And its impact continues to influence television culture in the 21st century. So today, let's shine the spotlight on I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy is centered around the young couple, Lucy and Ricky Ricardo, portrayed by real-life spouses Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, whose Cuban accent was frequently used to comedic effect on the show. Their on-screen pairing made them television's first interracial couple, and back in the 1950s, this was a huge deal. Up until that point, sitcom families were blindingly white. The inclusion of a Latino actor in mainstream media helped normalize interracial couples for American audiences and expose them to Cuban culture.
Mira lo que le hizo el vecino. Mira lo que le pasó al vecino. Me dijo que tenía un size 12 y se lo puso y lo rompió todo. ¿Para qué se puso vestido si sabía que no iba a caber, señora? Gracias.
I Love Lucy paved the way for the long tradition of interracial TV couples still seen to this day. The show was also influential behind the scenes as well, most notably for pioneering the concept of the three-camera comedy. Before I Love Lucy, the vast majority of television shows were shot with a single camera. But since Lucille Ball worked best off a live audience, they decided to film the show in front of a live studio audience. This production model is still used to this day. Lucy and Desi were able to insist on this technique because I Love Lucy was produced through their production company, Desilu. Desi and Lucille jointly owned the majority stake in the company from its inception in 1950 until Lucy bought out Desi in 1962, making her the first woman to head a major studio. Lucille Ball's milestone career both in front of and behind the camera, or cameras as the case may be, helped normalize powerful women in Hollywood, like Oprah Winfrey, who founded Harpo Studios in 1986. Admittedly, I Love Lucy isn't all positive. As a product of the 50s, it still retains characteristics that modern audiences may find troublesome. But it also provides a rich legacy of racial and gender progression that has resonated on the small screen ever since. And that is why WeHo loves Lucy. Now turn off that boob tube and head over to the library with Eddie Robinson.
A new definition of reading in rainbows. I'm Eddie Robinson, and this is WeHoTV News. Children of all ages gathered around to enjoy Drag Queen Story Hour, held recently at the City of West Hollywood Library. This edition of the ongoing nationwide program featured Miss Barbecue.
She caught some by surprise. Sweet Mary shrugged and hugged her mom. I must accessorize. Yes, honey.
The biggest joy I get when reading to a child is seeing their eyes sparkle when they hear something different, when they hear these stories and they start understanding that it's okay to be who they are.
Drag Queen Story Hour offers parents a unique way to continue the storytelling tradition with a supportive, modern twist.
Drag queens are wonderful educational tools because a lot of the core values of drag, which are joy, self-expression, laughter, acceptance, and love, are values that we want to instill in our children. So drag is just an excellent tool for that, and children respond really well to drag because it's over the top, it's really glittery, it's fun, it's exciting.
Go to WeHo.org to find out more information about educational events taking place at the City of West Hollywood Library. I'm Eddie Robinson, WeHoTV News. Mike, back to you.
Thanks, Eddie. And for more library news on a slightly smaller scale, let's go to Nick Catelli.
Remember that movie Downsizing with Matt Damon where they used the technology to like shrink him down to a little guy? What if you could do that to a library? Well, the City of West Hollywood already has. I'm Nick Catelli for WeHoTV News, and we're going to check out the little free libraries, and it's going to be educational. The City of West Hollywood's Little Free Library program aims to promote the love of reading by providing grants to the residents interested in installing and becoming a steward of their own Take a Book, Leave a Book library. You got a special treat, got some DVDs, the digital lighting magic for all of those who want to learn special effects from 1995. Just get this DVD right here. Oh, here's a good one. The Politics of Experience. I know a little somebody who works in the Oval Office might need this, so we might send that to him. Oh, here's a, oh wait, okay. Not really sure about this. Might have to remove this one from the free little library, so. Now it's simple. You just take a book that you've already read and you don't want anymore. You locate your nearest little free library, put the book inside, kind of take a little rummage through here and see what they got. Ooh, looks like a nice Western. The cool thing about this is, guess what? You don't need a library card. There's no late fees, and they're located literally within walking distance of where you live in the neighborhood. I feel like you have to like skip to these. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, this is nice. Ron Burgundy's Let Me Off at the Top. I'm not gonna lie, might need to use this book. Help me win an Emmy this year for WeHoTV News. Oh, this is interesting. What? Cook to Bang. Yeah, this is silly. I mean, who would use this? I would never use it. So, let's see what else we got in here. I got, Eat, Pray, Love. Who reads that? It's so beautiful. Stay strong, Nick. For more information about how you can apply for a grant to put a little free library in your neighborhood, visit WeHo.org. Again, I'm Nick Catelli for WeHoTV News, and I'm going to learn a little bit about Little League and playing ball, because this old dog can learn a new trick. Or maybe I can, you know.
Halloween is right around the corner, so you may want to gear up for the Fright Fest by binging scary movies. You cinephiles may be familiar with the traditional slasher formula of serial killers menacing, then being thwarted by strong women. So in honor of these horror heroines, we'd like to share with you our Salute to Scream Queens. Vera Miles. In the Hitchcock classic Psycho, Leela Crane, portrayed by Vera Miles, investigates her sister's disappearance after checking into the Bates Motel. It turns out she was killed by Norman Bates, a murderous mama's boy. While Vera's fiancé Sam distracts Bates, Leela bravely sneaks into the house to find evidence, only to discover the domineering mother Bates is really a mummified corpse. Thanks to Leela's courage, Norman is arrested and tried for committing multiple homicides. It's notable that Leela's sister Marion is portrayed by Vivian Lee, mother to our next Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis. In the John Carpenter slasher staple Halloween, Curtis portrays Laurie Strode, a high school student being stalked by the creep who killed his sister, Michael Myers. A major difference between Vera's Leela and Jamie Lee's Laurie is that the latter puts up a physical fight against the masked marauding Myers, raising the bar for horror heroinism, which has continued for decades, as seen with our next Scream Queen, Neve Campbell. Horror movies have long been referential. In Halloween, Michael Myers' psychologist was named Sam Loomis, the exact name used for Vivian Lee's fiancé in Psycho. But Kevin Williamson's meta murder fest, Scream, takes it a step further by actually analyzing horror film tropes on camera, then turning them on their heads.
That's why she always outsmarted the killer in the big chase scene at the end. Only virgins can do that. Don't you know the rules?
Slasher flicks have long been a metaphoric cautionary tale against premarital sex, where the killer targets those who engage in it and then is foiled by a chaste heroine. But in Scream, Neve Campbell's Sidney Prescott literally loses her virginity to the ghost-faced goremonger, who is in actuality her boyfriend Billy Loomis. Notice the use of the name Loomis again. Neve redefined the concept of the Scream Queen with a feminist slant. She can embrace her sexuality and still save the day. So this Halloween, if you don't feel safe going out alone, just ask one of your strong, smart female friends to watch your back. And Scream Queens aren't the only queens reigning over West Hollywood this month. Now let's go to our newest WeHoTV news segment, Drama Queens. What up, WeHo? Today we're here at the Abbey, whose iconic Gothic aesthetic is the perfect setting to discuss Ravenswood Manor, a camp horror soap opera from Celebration Theatre. So let's meet the show stars, two of WeHo's favorite drama queens, Drew Droege and Sam Pancake. Come.
Ravenswood Manor is a Dark Shadows-esque, raunchy, serialized soap opera comedy that we're doing at the Celebration Theatre.
Every week is new episodes. So it's 6 weeks, 12 episodes. Everyone hates each other in this play in the most delicious way. There's so much vitriol and everyone's angry and and vindictive and needs to get theirs and vengeful and anyone could be the killer. I mean, it's a mystery. Like, who's the killer? Who's killing all these people? I've never done a serial like this. I've never done a show where we had new episodes every week. I mean, not since I was in the Groundlings have I had to learn so many sketches every single week. The great thing about that, though, is that you really don't have time to overthink it. You just have to learn it, churn it, burn it, throw a wig on, and scream.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of wig switching, jumping back and forth. Yeah, I haven't been in a serial either, and I'm really excited about it.
So why is this show so perfect for WeHo audiences?
Wow. Well,
it's campy.
Couldn't be gayer.
It's super gay. It goes across the LGBTQ plus spectrum.
It does.
There's something for everyone.
Including witches and monsters and werewolves.
100%.
Lots of women playing men, men playing women, everybody playing everybody. So it's a nice, healthy mix. Nice diversity.
Well, I look forward to seeing it.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Celebration Theatre, y'all.
Before we go, I want to share that the City of West Hollywood recently won three CMA awards, including one for our WeHoTV News PSA, Recreational Reefer Madness. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out at the link below. We'll be back next month with more news, noise, and nonsense. Until then, keep it cute, WeHo.